Good morning and welcome to Cooking with Sally J. Today we're going to be making fudge, and I'm going to tell you why I'm making it early. I don't usually make fudge unless it's around the holidays like Christmas, maybe Thanksgiving, but usually Christmas, and then I'll do it again in February. But I'm having a woman's thing this coming Saturday, but by the time the video's up, they're not going to know until after the video anyway. But we're doing a, what do they call it, a secret auction? No, a silent auction. And what they wanted us to do is bring a pair of socks and have them filled with stuff. So I had, immediately when I heard about it, I found these cute socks with owls on them. I'm not a big owl fan, but these are cute. And I have found different things that says, I will always love you, you know, so then I kind of liked them a little bit after that. So I decided, you know, it wasn't hard filling one sock up, but I was like, what am I going to do with the second sock? Because everybody needs two socks, you know, a pair to wear. So I decided the second sock I would fill with mints and candy and whatever, stuff like that, you know, for your breath. And so I thought, well, how am I going to finish filling it? So I thought, I'm going to make some fudge. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make some fudge, and we're going to finish topping it off with that, with this little washcloth. Like you needed to know all that, but it's entertainment, right? So anyway, you're going to start with 1 stick of butter. Now, I thought I could never make fudge. That's how I felt. You're going to turn your burner on medium to medium high, okay? So on my stove it's like a 6 or 7. So getting back to my story, fudge was always one of those things that was like bread that I would never be able to do. And somebody told me about a no-fail recipe, and I'm like, yeah, well, I can fail it. If anybody can fail it, I can. But it's on the back of your fluff jar, actually, and it is no-fail. If you follow these directions, there is one little trick that I do have so that I know that it's ready that I'll share with you. But other than that, if you follow the recipe on your fluff jar, you've got it. I will write the recipe out for you though. That won't be a problem. So I do let my margarine melt a little bit so that it's wet in the pan. This makes a big batch, like 3 pounds. I gotta tell you, a man in our church loved my fudge. He's passed now. But I was at his house for something, and he was selling a beautiful hutch thing. I'd like to show it to you. Part of my story. Let's see if I can turn on the light and just flip my camera around. I'm just gonna flip it. You can see. If you can see in the corner there, that hutch with all my Christmas stuff in it. I loved it when I walked in. Now this one right here, he had no problem, not in the corner, but here on the side. He had no problem selling to me. But I wanted the wood one, of course. And Bruce was doing some floors for him. And I had to go over there for something, and I said, he wasn't there. So I made a note, and I said, I want this. I prayed over it, and I said, I want this in the name of Jesus and 3 pounds of fudge. Because that's how much he liked my fudge. I'm not all sure what I'm getting in. I didn't put the camera right back in the right place. So it wasn't long, and he wrote me back, and he gave me a very fair price for it and 3 pounds of fudge. And another time I made it for him, and I had put it on napkins on a plate and then napkins, and had layered it up there nice for him. And he set it down on the floorboard of his car while he was driving. He kept scooching down and eating it. He ate it, napkin and all. That's how bad he liked the fudge, which is silly. Okay, so there was 1 stick of butter that melted slowly in there. And now I'm adding five cups of sugar. Nobody said fudge was healthy. Don't touch me. Okay, so you're going to mix that up together, and a can of evaporated milk, which I meant to have already. So when I say a can, I mean 15 ounces of Carnation evaporated milk. Now, use no name if you want to. Use whatever but some things for me just don't taste right unless you use the certain brands. And for me, Carnation is it. And chocolate chips has to be Nestle. Okay, so you're going to mix that up together really good. And part of this, it is monotonous, but you do need to stir a lot. You can walk away from it a little bit, but I don't usually walk too far from it. Okay, we're also going to add a teaspoon of salt. And those are the first 5. Half a teaspoon. We'll do it twice. Well, so the first 5 ingredients was your stick of butter, your sugar, your milk, your salt, and you need a full jar of marshmallow fluff. Now, if you guys live in the South, I don't even know if they carry these in the store. Because it was funny when we were in Bible school, people past certain areas never heard of peanut butter and fluff sandwiches. So, I don't know if you have fluff in the South or not. But if you have it, that's what you need. So this is a 16 ounce, so it's a 1 pound container of marshmallow fluff. Okay. Pretty much got that done. Okay, and again, you gotta stir so that it melts in there. And you want to bring this to a bubbling. There's a difference between it bubbling and having air pockets and bubbling to a boil, and it needs to be at a bubbling boil. The secret that I have in my freezer right now, I have a glass of water in a clear glass. And when I think this is ready, I will just by a teaspoon drop some of the liquid into the water, and if it forms a ball, then I know that this is ready to throw in the chocolate chips and the vanilla, and we're good to go. Before it gets boiling, I'm going to show you what it kind of looks like. Right now, it looks like white and liquidy. Okay? So my heat, I'm going to turn down to 6, which is medium. I hate doing that because it seems like it goes so slow, but you can't, there's just some things you can't rush when I would like to rush it. reason you need to keep stirring though is, I don't know if you can see, get the bottom of the pan, the sugar kind of balls up into, it almost looks like a taffy, and you really don't want that happening. That's why your heat needs to be on medium, because it'll burn. Okay, so now it is starting to boil pretty good. You see that? But we still have a ways to go yet. So, but things will go pretty fast from here. So, put the camera back in place. I'm gonna make sure I'm stirring continually, and you don't want it to come up over your pan. And I'm always afraid of getting splattered with this stuff, because I'll tell you what, it's hot when you get splattered with it. I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit. See, this is more than air pockets now. This is boiling, which we want it to do. Don't really want it all over my stove, but I guess it's happening. I'm gonna go get my glass of cold water. Okay, now my water is cold enough that there's a little bit of an ice film on the top. I'm just gonna take a spoon and break through it. So the trick to that is the ice cold water. You want it to be ice cold, because if this is ready, it'll form a ball. If it's not ready, it'll be flat. The stuff. And somebody can say, well, you could get a candy thermometer. Well, number one, the recipe doesn't tell me what temperature the candy thermometer should be. And number two, I really can't be bothered with it. I never learned that way, so it's just, to me, it would be more work to worry about a candy thermometer. Somebody recently got me a meat thermometer. Told them not to. It's almost ready. Told them not to because I probably would never use it, but they gave me one, so I will have to try and use it. I just get used to my way, and it's not that another way isn't better. It works for me the way I do it. I cook my meat to death, you know, but it's never dry. It's always good. Everybody always likes it. So, you do what's comfortable for you. If you want to get a candy thermometer, you go right ahead and get a candy thermometer. If you want a meat thermometer, you have a meat thermometer. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just, for me, it just feels like more work for me. Okay, I think we're ready. So now what we're going to do is shut our burner off. Ugh. Touch my nose. I must have been around some cinnamon today. Cinnamon will do that to me. So I shut my burner off, okay? And now I'm going to put 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Leave it on your burner because it's not going to hurt anything. 1.5. And then you need, I think it's 12 ounces of marshmallow, chocolate chips. No, 24 ounces. So double what I just said. 24 ounces of chocolate chips. How much is in this? You know what? I'm probably just going to put the whole bag in. can't see. Yep, it's the whole bag. So that was a 24-ounce bag. All right. And then you're going to stir. Now this is the part, sometimes I, holy cow, it gets a little monotonous for me. And I am going to move it from the burner now. I'm going to put my towel on the cover because I don't want to burn my cover. And I'm going to use my mixer. You can use a wooden spoon, and I've used a wooden spoon before and stirred and stirred and stirred, but it's faster with the mixer. And I'd rather, if I can do it faster, I would rather. Just take your mixture and go around and around. Spoon I want, so. Hey, Pumpkin. Just a minute. Just a minute, this is hot. Okay, that is done pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to pour it. This pan, I did spray the pan, and then I put parchment paper on top of the pan, right? And so now we are just going to pour this into this pan. Now you can do a large lasagna pan if you want. That'll be thicker. I'm just choosing this pan because it'll be thinner pieces and more pieces. You gotta wait, it's very hot. You can't have any more Lucky Charms. You gotta eat your dinner. Alright. I like having Bruce around when I'm doing this so that he can hold the pan for me because I'm a little awkward with it, but all right, let's see here. I am going to leave a little bit in the pan because he likes, Bruce likes to lick the pan. Okay, so I'm going to spread it. Once it's all in there, you spread it through your pan. Okay. See, it's already starting to thicken, so. All right. So then if you want to pick up your pan, it's gonna be hot. So I guess maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Pick it up and give it just a little shake. There. And then let it till it sets. And once it has set, if you're anything like me and you can't cut a straight line, let your spouse do it, because he cuts a straight line and I cannot cut a straight line for the life of me. So once we cut that, then we'll come back and show you what that looks like. So before he cuts my fudge, he has to get in the pan and taste test it.
Best part.
So stop taste testing and cut my fudge.
Okay. I had a knife right here.
Oh, I threw it in the sink. Well, I thought it was dirty from lunch. You're okay. You want to watch Beepaw cut fudge? Come here. Come here, we'll sit you up here and watch. Come here. You turn around. There. Watch Beepaw. Okay, cut the fudge, stop playing. Look what he's doing. He cut such a straight line. Don't lick your finger. Here, Mimi can give you a piece out of here. Is that good? Yeah, you want a piece? Keely, you want a piece?
Yeah. A fudge.
Okay, are you going to watch? Because if not, I'm going to put you down. No, you've had enough. I'm going to go night-night. No. Here. Bryn. Where's another piece go? Keely. Okay. Don't move. Look at Beepaw. Look at Beepaw.
Careful, babe.
Bryn, pay attention.
Here, let's show you the nice straight line. Hey!
Hmm? One more.
He's gonna go the other way. Okay, so this is the end of our segment. Cooking with Sally J. What was we making? I keep wanting to say hot fudge, but it was chocolate fudge. So I just wanted to show you my little sock set for that silent auction that we're gonna do. Okay, so these are cute, and I found a little dish that I could put the fudge in, and that'll just slide right into this sock. And I have a couple more things that I'm gonna use to top both socks off, a couple little washcloths and stuff, so they're cute. And that's the reason why we made the fudge today, is so that I could put some in the stocking. The reason for these stockings, the money that will come from the silent auction is going to go to retired pastors' wives or widowed pastors' wives. So it was fun putting these together. So I just want to show you the end results of the fudge. This is the fudge, what it looks like. You can cut the pieces smaller if you want, but like I said, this makes about 3 pounds. So if you've liked this segment of Cooking with Sally J, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a little bell there and you just hit it if you haven't already done that. And share it. You'll also find me on my Facebook page, Cooking with Sally J, and the video and the recipe will be there. Now, as of all my other videos that's out there, if there's a certain recipe that you want and you're not finding it, you put in Cooking with Sally J / whatever the recipe you're looking for. Like if it's pumpkin crunch cake, put that. If it's fudge, put that. If it's donuts, put that. Because if you just type in Cooking with Sally J, everything's going to probably come up. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this segment, and I hope that you have a really great day. God bless.